Looks like the Big 12 got a big TV contract. They've done an extension. And me and my boy Coop's going to talk about it. Coming up here in about, 10 seconds. What's good, everybody? It's your boy Jay here with Unfair Sports, talking OU football, college football, and sports in general. In this video, we're going to jump in on the Big 12's new TV contract that got extended and kind of what that means for what's going on in the conference. Me and my boy Coop's going to dive right in and give you a little analysis. While you're here, hit the like button. That helps content creators like myself, those that have been around, understand that we are pushing towards 2,500 subs. So thank you for the love and support. And subscribe, because that's what we need to get to, 2,500. The goal is 10,000 by the end of the season. And then share, because sharing is caring. So we got 2 months to get like 7,500 people on here. I think it's possible, but it's possible with your help. So let's dive into this analysis, shall we? I know y'all probably saw this. This kind of matters to us for like 2 years, really. We saw that that Oklahoma and Texas plan on staying with the Big 12 up through the 2024 season, so for 2 more years, and so 2025 will be the official start, the start of the SEC era for Oklahoma and Texas football. But the Big 12's out here trying to make some money and trying to make some adjustments, and it looks like they're nearing a deal. But I'm gonna go ahead and say they're done it. They've actually signed a new 6-year deal with ESPN and Fox. And so in this deal, it's a 6-year, $2.28 billion extension, and it's going to up their money. And it puts in place in 2025 with ESPN taking a sizable portion, with owning most of it. And I think most owning more than 60% of the inventory, and Fox adding a sizable portion of college basketball, because that's what Fox really focuses on in the college basketball aspect of things. And it's expected for this deal to be done very soon. And the good thing for them is that their money is going to go up from $220 million annually to $380 million. And so that's about a $31 million increase, is divided 12 ways once BYU, UCF, Cincinnati, and Houston comes in. And so they're seeing big money. And their total distribution is right now sitting at $42.6 million per school per season, but that's probably going to go up even more, because as of right now, that's not all the properties. And I want to preface that. Like I said, $31 million is the increase on this portion of it, and everybody's going to be like, oh, well, the Big Ten's giving away 70-something million. The SEC is giving away 60-something million per school. That's just a drop in the bucket in comparison. They're probably going to lose out to the Pac-12. But no, this is only for ESPN and Fox. You still got a whole bunch of other inventory TV-wise that they're going to sell. Because, like, for example, the Big Ten's money is spread across multiple things. Like, it's multiple things that lead to that $7 billion. It's not just the standard TV deal of the Fox and all of that jazz. It's streaming and other stuff, and that's what we'll see probably get extensions next in the future. So when you saw that deal, Coop, what jumped through your head as far as the money that the Big 12 is now going to be making?
I mean, so first and foremost, game, set, match for Pac-12, right? They have every bit of fear that they have right now that they deserve. When USC and UCLA bolted for the Big Ten, the Pac-12 fit pretty good. So now my thought is, what are they doing? Are they having conversations? Is Arizona schools, Washington, are some of those guys talking now to the Big 12 and saying, excuse me, Mr. Earmark, we'd like to have a conversation. So there's the first thing I thought is, what is the Pac-12? What are those remaining teams doing? The playoff changes a lot of this. And so number 2, I thought, is what was the caveats when it came towards OU and Texas? This takes place in 2025, so that still maintains the same path that we're on. Was there something said in there that says, hey, listen, we want to know what exactly we're buying and what exactly we're representing. So what are you guys going to do about OU in Texas? Is there a plan in place to actually let them out early and let them go? And there's various amounts of opinion on this, especially with what OU is doing this year. Is a lot of people say like, hey, listen, maybe OU staying here until 2025 is the best for the program, so that they are, quote unquote, built for tough by the time that we get over there to the SEC. With Texas, they're probably thinking the same thing. Is you've got a transition situation happening with the quarterback, between Ewers and Arch Manning. Do they want to be rolling into the SEC first year with Arch Manning coming in starting for his first year? So I still want to know what is happening there, but this is the media bills, and for someone, that's what I do for a living, is selling TV. This is still the king. Live sports is still the king. Streaming is still coming down the line. I mean, we've got ESPN Plus this week for the Baylor game. ESPN Plus, this is a diamond in their ring, a feather in their cap, is to have a game like OU and Baylor, the perennial Big 12 champion versus the reigning Big 12 champion. So streaming still is going to play a part of this, and I don't think that these things are set and done, because, like you said, there's still a lot of other properties that they can work in there with the streaming portions.
Yeah, and I've worked in media. I've sold product, this type of stuff before in the past, and I understand that there's a lot of inventory that we just don't see. So all we think about is the TV component of it, right? And so, yeah, there's going to be more that they're going to be able to sell. And like you said, that was the one question I have, is that what are we going to see on the expansion front, especially since it looks like the Pac-12's, if this deal was cut the way it is, I bet you there are some clauses in there if they add additional schools. And so if they expand to 16, which I do expect the Big 12 to do, because I expect the Pac-12 to, for the most part, dissolve unless they absorb the Mountain West. If they absorb the Mountain West, then sure, I could totally see them continuing. But I can see like the southern schools like Arizona State. I can see Utah, and I can also see Colorado coming back to the Big 12 and making that a big 16-team conference that spans across the entire U.S., because that would make sense. And then once you add those additional markets in there, that should see a massive growth in the actual product and the growth in marketing dollars. So it's fascinating to see that. I thought that was probably an interesting topic and something definitely to address. And I think too, you got to remember is that, as much as the football is huge in this, basketball plays a really big place. It's number two. Get Arizona, and you add mainly if you add Arizona on top of Utah, all these other schools. Yeah. That's kind of big on the basketball front, that those are big basketball schools that people are going to want to watch on the telly. So hopefully they can pull them in. I wouldn't mind seeing Cal jump on board as well. And Stanford, just to say you've got some more California schools. It looks good for, like I said, the property and stuff. But outside of that, that is a Big 12 TV contract. And the way that contract will end 2031, which is 1 year after the Big Ten's TV contract, which Big Ten was smart. They made theirs short enough to where as soon as everything gets stabilized around all of this movement, they can go in and ask for, of course, a hell of a lot more money. The SEC and the ACC, they're way out there in 2036 and 35, respectfully. So they kind of played the game a lot. 34 and 36, I'm sorry. SEC's 34, ACC's 36, respectfully. They decided to push theirs all the way out there. So with that, thank you all for tuning in here on Unfair Sports with my man Coop. Coop, thanks for pulling up as usual.
Yes, sir.
Make sure you all hit the like and the subscribe button, as well as share. Why? Because sharing is caring. We're on the drive for 2,500. We need to get those extra subs. So if you're watching these videos and you are kind of lurking, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and join the family. We'll have some more cool stuff coming down the line once we get closer to 3,000. Makes it a lot more viable to make the magic happen. So with that, thanks for tuning in. Coop, thanks for pulling up as usual.
We're out.
Peace.